Hi, Gemini. Welcome back. Welcome in. Thank you all so much for being here. We're going to try this again because I started your reading a little bit ago and my mic died. So that's fun. Hopefully, this one doesn't do it too, but it should be fully charged. All right. Before we jump in to our general spread with our tarot and then our clarifying cards at the end, or just like bringing it all home, bringing it all in, wrapping it all up, oracle messages at the end. We'll do a few of those. Depends kind of how long it is where spirit leads us. Before we do all of that, though, we're going to be using our singing bowl to clear any lingering energy that does not belong here, to send it back where it belongs, transmute it into energy that we will use for our own expansion, for our own well-being and good. We are also going to use the singing bowl to connect to each other as a collective. And if you would like to use this time to call on any specific guides, deities, archangels, any beings of light that you would like to be present for this reading, please feel free to do so now. The more, the merrier. All right, guys. Gemini Collective Spirit, most accurate, relevant messages for the Gemini Collective, please. Spirit, speak to me and through me to the Gemini Collective, please. What do they need to know at this time? What do they need to know? Okay, Knight of Pentacles, first card out, your current energy. Very slow moving, very has everything that they need, but isn't really taking the steps towards. This is like having the land and all of the seeds, like this big old field behind him, but he's not moving. He's not doing any work towards it. Literally just like, I could, and I'm gonna, just not right now. So, a little slow moving energy, and that's okay. There is nothing wrong with taking your time. We have 2 Pentacle cards out, just right out of the gate. Oh my God. Okay. Knight of Pentacles as your current energy. Page of Pentacles crossing you. This to me is speaking like younger sibling, younger version of yourself, maybe that you're still kind of battling with. I feel like you're wanting to grow up. You're wanting to become a king. What is happening? Absolutely not. You're wanting to become a king of Pentacles and make this stable life for yourself. Maybe even start a business. This could be indicating that you're in the very beginning stages of planning a business. Okay. Wow, guys. What the fuck is going on with you? I was hoping that this one would be better because the last one that I did was not great. But that's okay. Not everything can be sunshine and butterflies and rainbows, right? Should be. And it actually can be, but it's not right now. It's not right now. Everything is cyclical though. Everything is cyclical. So if this feels like a low for you right now, just know that it is turning. Yes, it is turning in your favor. The wheel is always turning. Okay. Temperance. On the bottom of the deck, this period is definitely going to be a little bit of a challenge. Sorry, I had to scratch my shoulder. A little bit of a challenge for you. A little bit of one of the moments that you might look back on in your life that felt really pivotal, but in a very chaotic and very sad way, I'm going to say. Yeah, there's a younger energy opposing you right now, giving you some sort of pushback. This could be, again, a younger version of yourself that is kind of wanting to not be left behind. It's like, hey, wait, like Remember when we used to do, like, we didn't have any responsibilities and we didn't have a care in the world? Like, we didn't give a shit if we had this field that wasn't planted, because we were just out exploring and gathering seeds and foraging and doing things that we love. Like, we didn't care about sustaining the land and our responsibilities and giving back and all of these things. Like, who cares, right? That part of you, I feel like, is pulling at this other part of you that is trying really hard to expand, to grasp this stability that I feel like you've been kind of fighting for most of your life. It feels like all you want is like a firm ground to build upon. And that hasn't been the experience so far, I'm getting. And there's a reason for that. I feel like, sorry, my voice just did something wild. There are a lot of pentacles. This is a lot of earth energy for an air sign. I will say that. Maybe that's why you're feeling so heavy and so, like, maybe even a little bit depressed. I feel like you're letting yourself get weighed down a little bit by, like, earthly matters, things that are happening on the earthly plane. You might need to detach a little bit, take a step back, see if you can change your perspective, your view of things, so you can maybe approach them, from a different way. Change how you intake information, even. Instead of having like a gloom and doom filter on it, and this is the end of the world, and this is just another example of blah, 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 blah. Look for opportunities to help, look for opportunities to make better, to improve. Huh. Okay, I'm not sure where that came from, but that's for somebody, I suppose. Your recent past, I feel like this is your energy that you've kind of been operating out of for most of your life. This Seven of Swords energy, which is very deceptive, it's very dishonest, it's very much taking for yourself and not leaving for others, thinking that you're taking from others, and like, ha ha ha, I have all of these and they have nothing. But it's only like, this guy is carrying all of these swords and they're sharp as hell. Like, he's only cutting his own self up, and he's only hurting his own self in the end, because, as we all know, what you put out there is what you get back. So if you are being deceptive, and if you're telling lies to people, and if you are telling lies, period, that's what's going to be brought back to you. You're going to get lied to. And it's not going to be like tit for tat, a one for one, like the person that you lie to is going to turn around and lie to you. It's going to be something like, you lie to someone that you, I don't really care about this person. I don't really care if they know the truth. It doesn't really matter. I'm going to tell a little white lie. Turn around and your significant other, your partner, your boss, someone really significant to you could then lie to you. Like, it doesn't have to be an equal, right? It's not one for one. So just keep that in your mind. Like, when you steal, you're just going to get stolen from. Things are just going to be kept from you. You're coming from a place of lack. Like, there's not enough to go around. That's not the case. That's not the case at all. We live in a very abundant, a very fruitful, very prosperous, yes, thank you, is that, yeah, environment. So let's treat it as such. Let's treat it like it's infinite and like it's available to everybody, and not just a select few, and not just if you prove yourself. Like, we are born worthy of deserving these things. So when you operate from a space that indicates otherwise, that's what you're going to get reflected back to you. And I feel like that's kind of what you guys have been experiencing. And honestly, it's what you're going to continue to experience for a little bit. You might just need to shift your perspective a little bit. I don't typically do this, but I'm feeling very, very compelled to. If you haven't heard of Abraham Hicks, Esther Jerry Hicks, I would Google them, look into them, watch their YouTube content because it is very enlightening and it is very helpful. I'm sure that you've heard of them decades ago. This is just a reminder to tap back into that energy. Give yourself that reminder of kind of what space you need to be operating from. But like I said, it's going to be a little bit rough. August could be a really tough month for you. You could be losing someone significant to you. This doesn't have to be an actual death, but it definitely could be mourning, illness within yourself, within the people that you love. I'm getting mother significantly could become ill, could be passing. This could also be something that happened, I'm getting a very, very, very long time ago, like 10, 20, even plus years ago. August could be the anniversary of it. And so it's just a really heavy month for you. You could have lost an earth sign child, I'm getting. Female specifically. And that could, this August could be the anniversary of that. So understandably, it could be a very arduous month for you. And if that is your timeline that you're on right now, I am holding space for you and I'm sending you a lot of love and warmth and hopeful healing your way. Okay. In your mind space right now, again, it's like you're very focused on the lack aspect and being afraid to spend because if you do, well, I don't know when I'm going to get more money and this is the only amount of money that I have, or I'm not going to get more until then. So until then, like until this, so I can't spend, I have to save, I have to, no, I can't help you. We can't do that. No, we can't do that. No, I can't do that. Like it's very limited beliefs. And it is in direct conflict with your hopes and fears. Like you want abundance, you want stability, you want generational wealth and familial stability, security. But you're thinking about the exact opposite. You're thinking about, I don't have enough. There's never going to be enough. How am I going to take these 4 and make it a 10? Like I have to do all of these things and I'm never going to get there. I'm never going to be good enough is also what I'm hearing. So if that is your internal dialogue, if that is your like internal belief system, absolutely dive head first into reprogramming, unlearning that shit. Whoever taught you that, figure out where it comes from and transmute it into personal power. And I am enough. I was born enough. I will always be enough. I do not have to prove myself to anyone. I am worthy. I am capable. I am able. This is really nice to see in your subconscious, at least. Like there is happiness. You know what it feels like to have love and like to have your cups overflowing and not just one, not just 2. Like you have this feeling really, 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 really deep down within you. And it is a bittersweet thing seeing it here because it to me feels like it's so far removed from you, like so far buried that it is very much subconscious. Like it could be something that only comes out like when you're literally dead asleep. You don't remember your dreams type sleep. It is the only time that you have access to this. So if that resonates with you, I highly, highly, highly would recommend doing like past life regression therapy, hypnosis type situations where you can tap into your subconscious. Someone can direct you through and guide you through like certain specific pinpointing periods so you can heal and again transmute those energies. So you can have this externally, consciously, not just subconsciously. Advice from Spirit. Take a deep breath. This is cyclical. Everything in life is cyclical. It will end. If you feel like you're at the bottom of the wheel right now, it is turning, and it will always be turning. So it will shift in your favor. Just hang on if you can. Not if you can, hang on. Because there is so much more to come. I feel like so much better to come, not just more, because it's not going to be more of this. I feel like there are brighter days for you. There are happier, more joyful days ahead of you. This just feels quite heavy, guys. I'm not going to say I'm struggling to get through it, but it's just kind of overwhelming. Energies around you. Lots of indecision and like not moving one way or another. I just don't want to make a decision, so I'm not going to move. And that doesn't work really well for anybody. Luckily, this is an external energy that you can choose whether you engage with or not. I'm so sorry if you can hear that. It's rowdy. It's external to you. You can choose whether or not you want to engage. So if you see some people who are like needing to make decisions and they're in this sort of analysis paralysis state, this could be partners that you talk to, like you live with, you engage with them on a daily basis. This could be people that you see so far removed from you, like on the internet. You could just be seeing like a reoccurring theme of analysis paralysis. For me personally, I would not tap into that energy if I were you, especially in this state that you're in right now, because it feels very fragile and it feels very vulnerable and like open, susceptible. That's the word I'm looking for. Susceptible to outside opinions and energy that you just don't need. You don't have the capacity for it right now, is what I'm getting. Hopes and fears. I talked about this a little bit when I talked about your conscious. What you're putting your thoughts and energy into is in direct conflict with this. So if this is truly, truly what you want, write down very specifically in detail, vibrant, positive, present tense detail what this is, what this looks like, what this is for you. Because it's different for everybody. Everybody's 10 of Pentacles is different. What is the same is that it is long term. Your legacy, what are you leaving behind? What types of things will your, and yes, it's things. It is physical, 3D stability. So like the literal things that you will leave behind. And then take the inspired action towards that. Make a plan, make it reality. Put your energy and your thoughts into this, and you will have this, right? But right now, in your outcome, excuse me, you have the Tower. I also will say the other air signs got some really rough readings as well. So this, I feel like, is an air sign collective, like, phase is what I'm getting. So also know that you're not alone. This is not like you're the only person that is experiencing these things. You're definitely not. You are never alone. You are held and you are very, very loved. So please, please, please remember that. Okay. The Tower being in your outcome, I don't hate it, because what that means is that something was not meant to be here. It was never meant to be here, and it's been here way too long. Like, it spent way too much time being built, for one. Like, it should have never been built in the first place, but yet here it is built, and it's occupied, and it's furnished, and all of these things, and it never should have been any of them, if we're being honest. So Spirit has tried to lead you lovingly and softly in a different direction, and for whatever reason it was hard for you to let go. It was hard for you to move in a different direction. Maybe you didn't even know that you weren't supposed to. You know what I mean? Like, not everybody picks up on signs. Not everybody is paying attention, honestly. Like, there are times in our lives where we're just living, right? Or that we're not aware. Dog barking. Advice from a friend. Okay. Take it with a grain of salt at this time is what I want to say with that. This could be a divorce. You could be going through a divorce. But again, like I was saying, what I do like about the Tower is that it removes this. Excuse me. Golly, that was gross. It removes this unstable, um, unpleasant, anxiety ridden, because it's like every day that you're in this dwelling, like it could collapse at literally any point. And you're like, well, when the fuck's it gonna collapse? Well, we don't know, but we're just gonna live here anyways. Yikes, right? So when it does finally collapse, it gives you the opportunity to start over. It gives you the opportunity to now evaluate, hopefully from a different perspective, from a different space, timeline, all of these things, from a different energy even. So when you do rebuild it, it is solid, it is stable, it is everlasting. What it should have been from the beginning. I'm going to get one more card with this barking dog, and then I'm going to do a Lenormand. Possibly a Seasons of the Witch too. We will see. Okay. Wish will not be granted. Golly. That's rude. You do have crib on the bottom of the deck. If a child is something that you've been... Oh, okay. If a child is something that you've been wanting, I don't think that August is going to be the month. That doesn't mean that it's never ever going to happen if it doesn't happen this month. Remain steadfast in your conviction of what you want. If that is what you truly, truly, truly want, then there were some things that needed to happen first so that this can now come in a peaceful, loving, stable environment, not one that could crumble at any second, because that's terrifying. Especially if it's an environment a child is in. Like, that's too much, right? So that it's a blessing in disguise. Blessing in disguise at this point. That could be what this... Sorry, that was a whole stack. That's why I didn't take it. That could be what this whole thing is about. Like, the struggle that maybe you've had to have children, to conceive. Maybe you've had a lot of loss, a lot of miscarriages, a lot of loss. I'm getting in that aspect. Bouquet. And we have Fox. Resourcefulness. Maybe taking a different route, taking a different approach. There is love around you. There is adoration around you. There are people who will lift you up and who will support you if you are going through all of this. If this reading resonated with you, excuse me, there are friends that you can lean on. There are people around you that love you. I am one of them. I love you all so very much. I'm actually going to leave this here, keep it short and sweet for you all. The attention spans, I know it's a lot sometimes. I love you guys so much. I will see you next time. Bye.